Okay, let's try this again. Hopefully you can hear me. Please, somebody give me a thumbs up. Tell me you can hear me. I bought a new mic and I had it upstairs, so I ended up doing that, and it wasn't easy. It wasn't as easy as I thought it was with the new computer, but that's the new mic. Please tell me you can hear me. Somebody tell me you can hear me. This is crazy. Sorry about the delay there, guys. Just waiting for somebody to answer. Say, hey, thumbs up. I can hear you where you're at. We're going to talk about today 2023 changes for Volkswagen. Kind of excited. Yes, Andy K. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, so we're going to talk about the changes for 2023 on Atlas and Atlas Crossport, and order guides are out for most of these cars now. So we're going to push through this. I ordered for my wife. We're retiring Jack Sparrow. It was the lease car. We drove the hell out of it. We put 60,000 miles on it on a lease. Yikes. But we're going to actually trade it in, so we're not going to get dinged for the mileage there. There was quite a bit of equity in that car, so she's getting an SEL-R-Line black edition crossboard in tourmaline blue. They just built it last week. It's sitting on a lot in Chattanooga, soaking up the sun. Can't wait to get it because it's going to be the first SEL-R-Line black that we have in a crossport that I can make a video of, and that tourmaline blue is going to look hot. I think it's going to be the hottest color combo for that car in a crossport. The wife is absolutely over the moon. She can't wait to get her hands on it. So I have a lot of content there. Yes, blue car, another one. So I have a blue Golf R and a blue crossport, and of course a white Jetta R-Line. So first and foremost, for those of you who are searching for Atlas and Atlas Crossport, you're probably seeing, and I can only go really by my dealership though, but you're seeing kind of a dwindling selection of 2022s, and it doesn't seem like a whole lot coming. There's a good chance we're going to run out of cars before the 23s hit the lot. They're not supposed to hit until the last week of August, going into the first week of September. And as I said before, I ordered one for my wife, so I'm absolutely ecstatic about that. So is she. 2023 changes. There aren't a whole lot of changes here. The order guide, which I have pulled up here, 2023 stays the same. You know, I had hinted about hearing about a new shifter. Turns out that's probably not going to happen until, wait for it, 2023 and a half. There's a rumor that there's a 2023 and a half coming. So that's interesting in itself. So here we go again with a half year. And I don't know if that's going to be both Atlas and Atlas Crossport or just one or the other. Last time it was just the Atlas that was a 21 and a half. But my bet is it's going to be 23 and a half for both. And a further rumor with the 2023 and a half is the interior changes. There will be interior changes coming to the 2023 and a half, and also the new shifter, allegedly, and a new infotainment system. So it sounds like, I don't know if any of you guys spy on the VW stuff that happened over in China. The Terramont X over there tends to be a little bit ahead of what we get over here. I got a feeling we're going to get a lot of those elements, in the new Crossport and a new Atlas. That being said, I do have 2023s coming. We have 20 of them total coming. And here's the other secret. There are no deletes so far on these cars. So if you're looking for an SE Tech Atlas and you really wanted that power liftgate, but everywhere you go and everywhere you search, no power liftgate, no blind spot, and no rear cross traffic alert, guess what? The 2023s are back with that. So they didn't delete the option. They didn't do any deletes as of yet. So the first run of these cars, they're going to be fully equipped. That's nice to know. Same with SEL Premium R-Line on Atlas and Atlas Crossport. They deleted ventilated seats for 22s. 2023s, guess what? They're back. So if you got a 2023, consider yourself lucky. Also, GLI, let's see. Let me go back to that. Sorry. Stay on Atlas and Atlas Crossport. Atlas Crossport, we have one SE Tech coming as a 2023. That's it. So other than my wife's car, we're only getting 2 Crossports, but we're getting 18 of the Atlas. Atlas, let's see here. If I go back to Atlas here, We're getting SE Techs. We're getting 2 SEL-R-Line blacks that'll be available. One in opal white pearl. That's a new color that replaces Oryx white pearl and pure white. So opal white pearl is a new color for 2023. Still doing marl brown with the black, the two-tone kind of black color on that for leatherette. Also, we're getting an SE Tech 2.0 and pyrite silver. These are all 2023, so they're going to go back to having the power lift gate and stuff. So that's awesome there. Arteons, I have 2 coming. These are going to be 2022s. One's an SEL-R-Line in moonstone gray with black leather, and the other is an SEL-R-Line front-wheel drive with black on black. As for 2023s right now, I know that was what the focus was supposed to be. 2023s, only Atlas and Atlas Cross Sport. We have orders waiting to be placed for Jetta, Taos, and Tiguans that are all going to be 2023s. So right now, if you were to order a car through Volkswagen, you cannot order a 2022. They've shut that off. We're not sure when they're going to open the windows for the remaining models for 2023, but the order guides are showing up, and the order gates are open for Atlas and Atlas Cross Sport. Tiguan, Jetta, and GLI, we're waiting a little bit for those. I have several of those on order. Let's see here. There aren't going to be really any changes for 2023 on any of the models because 2021 was a refresh for Atlas and Cross Sport. Well, Atlas, not Cross Sport. Cross Sport already existed as a 2020. The 2023.5 rumored will be the first refresh for the Cross Sport and a second refresh for the Atlas. We don't think it's going to do anything crazy like get longer or anything like that. But I do also know that they tested for a little bit another seat in the Atlas. Don't know what ended up happening with that. I can't confirm nor deny that, hey, there's a bigger Atlas coming or a rumor or more available seating in an Atlas coming. I can't confirm or deny that. Also, 2023 for Tiguan, since the Tiguan just got refreshed in 2022, there aren't going to be really any changes there. Again, we're probably looking at no deletes to start with. That's the big news. No deletes on anything in 2023 as of yet. Taos, we're now going into 2023 on the Taos as well. Taos, being it was a new model for 2020, don't see any real changes there. I will scroll here. Let's see here. ID4 is going to be the big one. ID4 is, let's see here. What happened to my feed here? So ID4 is going to be built in Chattanooga, as we knew. Chattanooga is going to be building several different models now. If you look at VW.com, which is kind of crazy, if you look on VW.com, you can find multiple models now. As I go back to this here, I'm trying to find a tab here. I have too many tabs open. They're doing an ID4 standard, an ID4 Pro, an ID4 all-wheel drive Pro, an ID4S, an ID4 Pro S, an ID4 all-wheel drive Pro S, an ID4 Pro S Plus, and an ID4 all-wheel drive Pro S Plus. These are all on VW.com. And my suspicion is all of those are going to be 2023 models. Those 2023 models will all be built exclusively in Chattanooga. And that's it. They're going to have those newer trims are going to have a different size battery. Going to have a smaller battery. It's going to make them more affordable. And something's going on with the stream here. Can you guys still hear me? My internet connection has been trashed too. So let's see. So, because it's just spinning on my screen here. I'm not sure if the live stream is still going. Let's see here. I tell you what, I bought all new equipment and stuff just so I could keep this stuff going. And yeah, it's It's trying to defeat me. Okay. So my screen is actually, there's a little circle going around saying loading, loading, loading. So that's why I'm kind of looking kind of lost here, guys. Apologize for that. Does anybody have any questions about anything coming soon or anything rumored that I can answer for you? Let's see here. And where are you guys at? So Andy K, if you're still with us, where are you? Stephen Lane, Evan DeHaan, where are you? And Jim Watson, where are you at? And then Troy Gurno, yeah, where are you guys at? 2023 ID4s are all going to be Chattanooga based, not Germany. McKinley, Texas. Wow, McKinney, Texas. Sorry. So is that close to Amarillo? Because I just sold a car to some people from Amarillo. They drove 12 hours to get there, and I know Texas is an awful huge state. So anyway, wow, we got you guys from all over the place. That's awesome. The ID4s will be built strictly in Chattanooga. They've already been building them for about a month. They're building ordered cars. Hopefully this is going to help with fulfillment of these, because the last 4 ID4s that we delivered, those customers all waited a year. Let's see here. Will the ID4 have plug-in charge? I am not sure, because there's just no information. It's been kind of radio silence. Press releases and things like that come out, and we get that information before we even hear anything from Volkswagen corporate, which is really weird, but that's just how Volkswagen is. I can't tell you for sure if it's going to have anything like that or not. We don't even know what the range is on a 62 kilowatt battery is going to be as of yet. We just know it's going to be a shorter range. Let's see. Let me go back to my screen here with the ID4 stuff on it. I'm on VW.com on the builder here. So the ID4 standard is going to be 62 kilowatt hours and rear wheel drive, starting at $37,495. And again, I'm pulling this from the Volkswagen website here, so you guys could do this as well. And when you go to build, you click build on one of these cars, it takes you to an immediate disclaimer saying limited availability, and it's going to default you to a 2022. So they're right in that limbo spot where 2023 show on the splash page, but 22s are what you're really looking at and looking for. And if you submit an order right now, you're probably still going to get put into that 2022 hopper, which will be a German-built one that takes the trip across the ocean and comes here. And those are going to be ID Pro and ID4 Pro and ID4 Pro S. And that's pretty much it. But the standard, the ID4 standard, this is interesting that it's $37,495. That is still going to qualify for that $7,000 federal tax credit. So that brings that car down to right around $29,995 as an electric car, an electric SUV. Obviously shorter range, but still, that's a good deal. That's better than the EV6 and just basically anything out there right now. Then there's going to be an ID4S, also a 62 kilowatt rear-wheel drive vehicle starting at $42,495. And then there is, let's see here, the other new one is going to be a ID4 Pro S Plus. That's going to have the larger 82 kilowatt battery. Rear-wheel drive starts at $50,195, and all-wheel drive starts at $53,995. Again, federal tax credit of $7,500 applies to each of these because we haven't built enough of those yet to run out of those. I think the number is 200,000 units before those are all used up. We're probably well into the 30,000 units, but not much higher than that. Let's talk about basically supply issues. As for 2022, the model year is drawing to a close. If you guys are looking for, and I'll just kind of start at the beginning of what I've seen on my lot and kind of go from there. On the Arteons, I haven't seen any kind of deletes on those. Although I would suspect that if there were an SEL premium out there, it might have the deleted. The possibility is for that Harman Kardon delete, but I haven't seen one with that. And also the ventilated seat delete. That would be all I would expect for an Arteon. For 22 Atlas, Of course, we know that the SE Tech took the brunt of the hit on deletes with the rear power lift gate and blind spot or side assist, and then rear cross traffic alert. But as for 2023, everything looks like it's all there. The Atlas SE also got a delete on the radar sensor and rear cross traffic alert. So that means no side assist or blind spot monitoring, and no rear cross traffic alert on an Atlas SE as a 2022. So if you're shopping for a 2022, maybe you're trying to get a deal on it. Maybe you're trying to see if they're offering discounts on it because the 23s are coming. Know to look for that. Don't be surprised when you drive off and there's no blind spot and no rear cross traffic alert on that car. Just because it's going to be on the window sticker, but if you don't bring it up, the salesperson's probably not going to bring it up either, because they're kind of they're walking on eggshells about that, because those are things that are kind of important on the car. But if they're not there, they're just not there, and they're not coming later. It's not something that we're going to add. We're not doing like GM where we will add stuff later. It's just not the case. Let's see. So Atlas for 2023 looks like no deletes at all. Crossport. Now, Crossport got the SE Tech trim on Crossport got 3 deletes. So it got a radar sensor delete, a heated mirror delete, and the trunk module delete, which means no power lift gate, no blind spot, no rear cross traffic alert, and no heated mirrors. Just not there. For 2023, don't see that yet. That's probably not going to happen. ID4, of course, no deletes there. These are ordered cars anyway. They land ordered. And speaking of ID4s, you're probably starting to see on your local website, dealer websites, a lot of ID4s showing up. There is a 99% chance that car is not available. The way a dealer's website works, at least the way ours worked, and most of them in the St. Louis market, is when a car gets put on our manifest or gets assigned to a dealership, that VIN now belongs to that dealership. They print the window sticker with that dealership's name and address on it. Even though that's an ordered car, it still goes through the same process. They print the Monroney label. That's what that's called, the window sticker. And it's affixed to the front windshield of the car. And then at the dealership, they peel it off, put it on the side window where it makes more sense. But that car is assigned to the dealer. There's also in the background a computer system. All of the dealerships use it to market their website. They're showing that car in their inventory, and it'll say in transit at the bottom. Most dealerships now, used to be you didn't show any cars that weren't on your lot on your website. Now, because everybody's so short of cars and no one wants to show zero inventory when they don't have cars on the ground, so they're now including listings for in transit vehicles. And a stock number will be weird, or it'll be a partial VIN or something like that. And that's how you know that car's not there. And forget about pictures. These cars now, they are sold before they get pictured. So seeing pictures on a lot to be able to on the website to be able to click through, this is probably not going to happen. You're going to get stock photos that look like artistic renderings or just stock photos from previous pictures from the internet. So don't go by pictures when you're looking to purchase a car. So on the website, those pictures may not be of that car. And it's a good chance if there's pictures of the car there, it's not that car. Or if that car was pictured, it's probably already gone by now. So make sure you do your due diligence and check to see if the car's still there. Check to see if it's in transit and if it's already spoken for. So you may actually have to put money down before that car ever even makes it to the lot to get a look at that car and try to buy that car. That's a possibility as well. ID4s, if you see them on a website, yeah, they're probably already sold. It's somebody's ordered car and it's coming in and it automatically lists. That's what I was getting at. The website automatically lists the car regardless of whether it's sold or not sold. So don't be mad at the dealership because they show an MSRP listed ID4 on their website and you can't drive it, you can't test drive it, sit in it, or touch it. It's because ID4 has been order only since its inception, and you have to order that car and get it that way. There were a first round of first editions. Those were kind of available, and then the chip shortage really hit home, and they were only a limited run anyway. And those were some spec built cars there, but yeah, those days are gone. I'm not sure that we'll get back to that, even with the Chattanooga plant building ID4s. So I'm not too confident that will change. Jetta. The Jettas that we're seeing are still 2022s, and they are coming with some deletes. Radar sensor deleted is one that I'm seeing. I see a couple Jetta S's that are coming to us with radar sensor delete, which means no blind spot, no rear cross traffic alert. Also, if you get an SEL, most likely ventilated seat delete. So in case you're wondering, if your car is supposed to have ventilated seats, there's two buttons. There's the heated seat and then the ventilated seat button. Don't worry about it coming with those two buttons and one being just ghosted, nothing there. Volkswagen is at least smart enough to actually put a different assembly in there, the one with just the heated seats. So it's not like you're going to have an empty blank spot where a button is supposed to be for ventilated seats or anything like that. They're not building them like that. They're just building them like they have heated seats, and that's it. So same with the power lift gate. You're not going to have a ghost button over on your door for a power lift gate that's not there. They're just not putting that there at all. They're giving you the same door panel as a manual lift gate Tiguan or whatever, whatever the model is in that case. Let's see here. I ordered an ID for October 2021, still on build date. I just fulfilled 2 that were ordered in October 2021, and they're driving, and we normally say burning gas, but this burning electricity. There's 2 of those that came to us. We have a 5th one coming. So we just delivered 4. We have a 5th one coming that the gentleman ordered. I want to say, I'll have to look, but I think it was around that October time frame. So your car is probably matched, and it's probably matched and already built. You should be getting some type of notification soon, because we're in the midst of 2022s about to switch to 2023s. I would reach out to your local dealer or whoever you pick for your dealer and see if they have any information for you. See if they can see it at port, on a ship, because once it gets built and on a ship, it's probably already assigned to a dealer. And if that dealer has your car in the order banks, since it's been out since October 2021, they probably have it somewhere in their system. It's somewhere between, I would guess anyway, somewhere between on the ship or about to be built and then loaded on a ship and port. But again, what do I know? I'm just the sales guy at my dealership. So I don't know what else to tell you, but I would contact your dealer and see if they've got any kind of update for you. Let's see. Taos. Deletes on the Taos include ventilated seats on the SEL and radar sensor delete on the SEs. The SEs got the brunt of it. And what we're seeing now we're seeing Taos S's with no safety stuff. So no blind spot, no rear traffic alert, no autonomous emergency braking. It's just Taos S. That's it. So definitely not going to see a lot of those with IQ Drive, because I know a lot of people are fans of the IQ Drive on a Taos S. That may come back as a 2023, and we may see those with no deletes. I kind of hope for that, because right now the deletes, my suspicion is they just made these changes for the rest of the year of 2023 so they could kind of conserve chips and then push them out for 2023s. And by that time, they're getting supplemented with more shipments coming in. So it's kind of, I won't call it genius, but smart to not put it on the 2022s for the rest of the production year. Hey, execution. Woo! Thank you for the donation. That is awesome. Don't know if you remember me, but I told you a while ago that I just started as a sales consultant in VW about 3 months ago. Your walk-arounds helped me out a lot. Keep it up. I appreciate it. Well, I appreciate you and the donation, man. That's awesome. I think you said you were up in Chicago. If you guys are up in Chicago, you don't want to come see me, go see this guy. Let us know what dealership you're at. So we'll help you out. Let's see here. Just became vest certified last week. Congratulations. That takes a while. It's kind of a pain in the butt, especially sitting in front of a computer all that time. You're at, is that Pugie Volkswagen? Is that in Chicago? I think he's in Chicago. So check him out. Tell him Reese sent you. Now, I do get a lot of people from the Chicago area. I think he's in Chicago. I get a lot of people from the Chicago area. I get a lot of people from pretty much all over. Yeah, Downers Grove, Illinois. Yeah. Okay, so go check him out. And put him through his paces. Make sure he does his walk arounds right. Anyway, yeah, and thank you for the donation. I definitely appreciate it. And if you guys are wondering what I'm talking about, you can donate down below or whatever. It helps me buy this stuff that I can't work and figure out. I bought this new mic. It's pretty awesome. It seems to be working out, and I just kind of did it in a hurry because I tried to do the live stream an hour ago, and yeah, that didn't work out. So, oh, we were talking about deletes on Taos. Radar sensor delete. Yes, the radar sensor delete, all that stuff is affecting side assist and rear cross traffic alert, and then the ventilated seat delete. That's all we saw for Taos. We don't have markups on our cars, and we have 2023 Atlases on the way in about 2 months. Awesome. So let's see here. Oh, Joe Brooks. Okay, so 2020 or 2019 Jetta transmission issues. I'm gonna be honest, okay, because someone said I ignored it. I just didn't see it. I don't know anything about that. I haven't had a customer that's had that issue. I have a 2020 Jetta. It's an R-Line. Haven't had any issues. The only time I've seen that come up, I've seen that come up online, but I haven't seen anything about that. Anything. I'll be real with you. Jettas. The only issue I've ever seen people complain about on Jettas that I've sold is oil consumption. And that's kind of a Volkswagen thing altogether. That's not anything specific to that. I can't answer that question because I don't have anything with that issue. And I've sold, oh gosh, I'm approaching 2,500 cars. And issues I see. And I'm going to be real with you guys, and I'm always honest with you guys. If I know something, I'm going to tell you. Issues I've seen with cars, and they're anomalies. They're not like regular ongoing issues with a model just all day or whatever. Metal shavings in an engine. I've seen that. Or a car got built and they didn't put oil in the engine. I've seen that in one Tiguan where somebody on the line went to lunch and whatever. But you're talking about thousands of cars being built a week. Stuff like that's going to happen. It was a class action lawsuit. I still didn't know anything about that. Did it trigger a recall? I'm honestly asking you that question. Is there a recall for anything regarding that? I don't know anything about it. I'm being honest. Let's see here. What other questions we got? I'm legitimately asking you a question. Was there a lawsuit? I mean, you said there was a lawsuit, but was that a recall issue with that? Do they have a fix? Don't know about the 2023 Arteon. That's been a rumor ongoing for a while, and I know that Canada was supposed to lose the Arteon after 2022, but we're still getting 2022s. Let me see if I can pull up an order guide for a change for a 2023. So we're gonna see if there's any kind of change points or anything for 2023. Nope, there's an order guide for 2023. That answers my question. So there is a 2023 Arteon. So that is loading. Let's see what we got here. 2023. For Arteon colors, deep black pearl, opal white, moonstone gray, king's red metallic, and a new color called kingfisher blue metallic. So yes, there's going to be a 2023 Arteon. And there's going to be 3 trims, just like there are now. SE-R-Line, SEL-R-Line, and an SEL Premium R-Line. So yes, there's going to be a 2023 Arteon. If I can get back to my live screen here. I'm not sure. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, so the recall on the Crossport Atlas, it's the same recall that is on the Atlas itself, and that affected 2019 to 2023 Atlases. However, when the recall came out, there were no 2023 Atlases. They're building those now. The reason for the 2023 is being included in that is because there was not going to be a change. They're using the same architecture and build as the 2021, 2021 and a half, and 2022. Excuse me. So that's why that one's included. As for the fix of those, they're being done on those cars. And it's there were at one point, there was kind of a backlog. There was a shortage of parts and things of that nature, but now they're actually doing recall fixes on those cars. And it's the door harness, if anybody's wanting to know. It's a door harness which corrodes prematurely and causes faulty readings for a airbag light, and also triggers braking because it thinks the door is open. And the Volkswagen says that is when the car is traveling at less than 2 miles an hour, 1.8 miles per hour or whatever, to trigger the e-brake. So that's what that is. And let's see here. Joe Brooks says oil consumption is what the 2022 Jetta has been addressed with plasma coated cylinder lines. Man, Joe Brooks, you got more information than I do. I mean, seriously. Just what? Oh, he said Google. Well, I didn't know that existed, so I wasn't looking on Google for it. So let's see. Miles Carney, when does the 2023 Tiguan come out? We're not sure yet. What we do know is any orders that we have are going to be 2023s, but we don't know when they actually pull the lever and say, okay, we're done with 22s. Now let's build 2023s. They have been building quite a few Tiguans. They've built more. They're building somewhere around the 1,600 units mark a week, it seems. And I'm referring to just the Puebla plant, not any European Tiguans. That number would be even higher. My dealership is not open on Sundays. No, sir. Thankfully for that. But Carvana and CarMax would love to change that. Let's see here. When does it? Okay. All right. Some cool things that I think are coming. The cool thing that I'm excited about, I'm definitely excited about this alleged 23 and a half Atlas Crossport and Atlas. So the interior of the car supposedly is getting addressed there. There's going to be a change, and there's going to be the new shifter and a new infotainment system. And these are all rumors. I can't confirm anything. So I will say interior-wise, I can't wait. I'm hoping it looks like the Paramount X for the interior. The infotainment system, I think it's going to be similar to what's in the ID4 and what's in the GTI and Golf R. And I think the shifter is also going to follow suit there. I'm also seeing, if you guys ever look at the Paramount X for, I think it's 2022, if you look at that video there, the taillights now are all red all the way across, and the VW logo in the center is also going to be a light up backlit red LED that says VW. It's going to be pretty cool. That one also gets new headlights on the front. Not sure what we're taking from that, if anything, but that's just my suspicion. Let's see. Trying to think what else we can go over here. Oh, for 2023 GTI, there's a 40th anniversary GTI allegedly coming. There's press releases about it, but there's radio silence on Volkswagen's end to the dealerships. We're not really talking about it. And also there's a 20th anniversary Golf R. The 20th anniversary Golf R is going to have the usual blue calipers. The mirrors are going to be blue. And with our dealership, we're like most dealerships, Golf R, there's a wait list already. I have a wait list of 10 to 12 people on it right now. We don't know what model year they're going to get. We're presuming that it's going to be 2023s. And we don't know if the 2023s are going to be just the 20th anniversary edition, or is there going to be a 2023 and a 2023 20th anniversary edition? So those are questions that we don't have an answer for yet. Then for 2024, they'll start building them next year. ID Buzz will start being built for the US. And we're presuming that ID Buzz will be built or be ordered strictly online like ID4 is now. So there's a lot of speculation out there, a lot of things happening with Volkswagen. With Scott Keogh moving over to Scout. Scout is another new electrification setup, or Scout is going to be probably running without dealerships. You're going to be direct to buyer, is kind of what it feels like. Again, no confirmation of that, but it just doesn't seem like right now they're interested in having dealerships for this. And they're also searching for a location for this plant to build these cars. And I think I saw a media report where they're expecting to build somewhere between 250,000, somewhere around 250,000 of those units a year. That's pretty awesome. And they're going to be trucks and SUVs that are completely electric. What other questions do you guys have? Oh yeah. You asked if the 2023 GLI. There aren't going to be any changes for that. At least not where we're seeing. Here, I can pull up an order guide for that. 2023 GLI. Since they just did a refresh for 2022 for the Jetta and Jetta GLI, I really doubt that they're going to do anything different for Jetta for 2023. Let's see here. Jetta and GLI. Let's see here. So Rising Blue Metallic stays around. So your colors, the colors didn't change either. You get Deep Black Pearl, Pure White, Pyrite Silver, Platinum Gray Metallic. Wait a minute. Platinum Gray Metallic means they got rid of Pure Gray. No. I'm sorry. This is Jetta, not GLI. Excuse me. I clicked on the wrong level here. I scared everybody for a moment, I'm sure. Let's see here. Jetta GLI is not listed there. Let's see if we can find it. Here we go. I clicked on the wrong one. Give me a second here. Okay, so Jetta GLI, Deep Black Pearl, Pure White, Pure Gray, King's Red Metallic, and Rising Blue Metallic. So nothing's changed there. All of these colors are still there. The black package is still there. And I'm disappointed and sad that they haven't put a black package on the Rising Blue. I personally think that would look stupid sick. I mean, just look great on the car. I don't understand why it's not an option. It's not available. And I'm scrolling through. I don't see any deletes. So we don't have any kind of deletes available on that car yet. So it means production is going to be pretty solid and straightforward. Don't have a time frame on when this will be in production, but it is out there. So they are going to build those. Let's see here. Yeah, and we did talk about the 2023 Tiguan. There's not a whole lot of changes. It got refreshed last year, so there's not really going to be anything different. The difference that we kind of went over is just there's not going to be any deletes initially. So there won't be, if you're looking for a Tiguan SE, you'll get a power lift gate, you'll get blind spot, and you'll get rear cross traffic alert. Those won't be deleted, at least in the beginning. So look for, I would hope that you would continue to see Tiguan's with IQ Drive. I would like to see more Tiguan S's with IQ Drive because that is a solid contender for a base unit to have IQ Drive. Let's see here. Taos, 2023 Taos, Leonard Scott. I like the name, by the way. I do not think that those things are going to come to fruition, at least not in year 2 of a new model, especially the engine change. R-Line, let's see here. Let me see. Let's go back to our trusty order guides here, see if we have one for Taos. For 2023, engine's going to be the same. So there's no engine change. I'm not surprised by that. Let's see here. It's loading. Let's see here. Okay. So they're still doing the DSG for 4Motion. The SEL will be all-wheel drive only or 4Motion only. The black wheel package stays. Let's see here. Panoramic sunroof. Panoramic sunroof is going to be available on the SE, and I think it's now standard on the SEL, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see here. That is a change. So essentially the SEL is about $1,200 cheaper than it was, but I'm sure they countered that with a price increase. So let's see here. Your color choices stay the same: deep black pearl, pure white, pyrite silver, platinum gray, king's red, dust blue, cornflower blue, and pure gray. And the two that you're going to charge extra for or be charged extra for are pure gray and king's red metallic. So the sunroof looks like it's standard now on the SEL. No engine change and no mention of an R-Line. Not on the order guide. And to be honest, I don't know that they were considered doing an R-Line on that. And you're not the first person that asked that either. So I kind of wish they would, just to kind of keep all of the lines consistent, have an R-Line in every one of them. But no, a second engine option. I'm just curious what you're thinking. Are you thinking a 2.0? Because the 1.5 for that engine is pretty jumpy, or for that car is pretty jumpy as it is. It has a lot of get up and go, a front end torque, I should say. Yes. Hey, you're absolutely right. Right before Scott Keel departed for Scout, or departs for Scout on September 1st, he impressed them enough where we got basically the keys to the car. Okay, so Volkswagen of America does have full autonomy to make their own decisions now and not rely on Germany, which is something that Volkswagen has been fighting for. Volkswagen of America has been fighting for since their existence, and it's taken decades to get to this point. So there are a lot of things, a lot of cool things that I think we will see here. We might, and this is all speculatory or speculative. Speculatory is not a word, I don't think. Speculative, but you might see an R division for the U.S. There was also a media rumor out there about Arteon R getting patented for the U.S., which meant that there was which they assumed meant we were getting an Arteon R for the States, not an Arteon R-Line, and an Arteon R, so a performance Arteon, and also that the Arteon shooting brake might make an appearance in the States. I'm not so sure about an Arteon shooting brake because wagons just don't do well in this U.S. market unless they're branded with the Subaru name. That's the only time it seems like wagons really do good. Oh, and then Mercedes does okay with them, and Audi has the all-road, or did have the all-road. So the wagon market is pretty limited. So I don't really, but then production of an Arteon is also pretty limited. So it might be justifiable, but just keep in mind, and what Volkswagen, the reason Volkswagen pumps the brakes on a lot of stuff that comes to the U.S. is because all of that stuff has to meet EPA guidelines and standards, and they have to meet California emission standards, which are some of the toughest in the world. And a lot of times it's just not worth it. It's not worth it at all. That's what took so long. If you guys remember, the Arteon took forever to come out in the States. It was delayed almost a full model year. So it took a really long time for it to get approved for the States. Yeah, you're right. The Arteon is beautiful. That is a sexy car, and I wish we could do more with that. I wish maybe they could find a way. If they found a way to build that thing stateside, they could bring the price down maybe $1,000. That would be a hot ticket. The Arteon, 300 horsepower, all-wheel drive, $1,000 less than what it currently is. So that would mean you get into that car for 45 to 52 or 51 grand instead of being somewhere around 52 all in. We're super excited about the fact that we have that autonomy. That means we can get cool stuff like maybe, we kick around ideas. At least I do. I kind of geek out. You guys all can tell. I'm a Volkswagen kind of geek. But how cool would it be to make maybe a limited batch of Touaregs? Build them like you do Golf Rs, because Touareg customers in this country are clamoring for a new Touareg. Their Touaregs are getting long in the tooth. They're up there 60,000 miles plus, 100,000 miles, and they would buy another one in a heartbeat. Make a limited run, build 1,500 to maybe 3,500 Touaregs for the States. Of course, make them meet EPA guidelines, but make it a limited production car for the States, just like you do Golf R. That being said, maybe the Scirocco makes a stance. Maybe the Polo makes a stance. You know, flood the U.S. market with these cool limited run cars. Oh, man, it's an enthusiast dream. Bring back the Beetle. Bring back the Beetle as an R. There was a Beetle R-Line. There was never a Beetle R, but there was a Beetle R-Line. Maybe you bring that back as a convertible and you do that as a limited run, or bring it back as an electric. There was also a rumor about an electric Beetle. Yeah, a T-Roc would be nice too. We thought we were going to get a T-Roc, and then the Taos came about. So I was a little disappointed about that, because the T-Roc looks really cool to me. That would be nice. And I would love to see them at least bump up the numbers on Golf R. Maybe instead of building 3,500 of those, build 6,000 of them. Nothing crazy, but just enough to satisfy demand. Because demand right now is off the charts. Demand's way up here for Golf R, and production's way down here. And that's even in a normal year. Yeah, that would be nice too. I'd like to see the GLI get a horsepower bump up to 241. That would be a monster. 200 horsepower, it's already a monster. Make it 241, and we got a ball game. And here's another rub. How about making one all-wheel drive? An all-wheel drive Jetta. Think about that. A performance Jetta all-wheel drive to compete with the R. Okay, it won't compete with the R, but it'll make its own. I mean, Audi's got all-wheel drive sedans. You can definitely do it with Volkswagen. So, yeah. So very nice. Yep. An electric Beetle would definitely be, yeah, that would be a monster, because now we're starting to see people who are, they're Beetles, just like Touaregs, getting long in the tooth, and they would love to have another one, especially a convertible. I think the only gripe I have about my Tiguan is the motor. Would love to have an available 250 option. Tiguan R, that's another one that needs to come to the States. Tiguan R limited run. Tiguan R, Touareg R, a GLI with all-wheel drive and a GTI motor. I mean, we already have the technology. Let's just do it. So those would all be great. I'm trying to think what else would be cool for the States that they have over in Europe. Oh, you know what else would be cool? Would be a ID4 GTX. That would be nice. We're building ID4s here, so why not bring that here? And maybe even ID3s. I think ID3 here, unfortunately, Volkswagen didn't think that would be a good move to bring that to the States. But the ID3 in the States, oh man, they'd be everywhere. They'd be killing it. That would absolutely destroy Chevy Bolt. That would destroy pretty much anything in the class. And people who are upset about not having a Golf option in the States would absolutely flock to an ID3. Yeah, a Tiguan R with the short wheelbase. I don't think, if the Tiguan R came here, I think they would use the long wheelbase. And they may even build that. If they were to bring it here, they would probably give Puebla the honor of building that. Just because of the autonomy that they're giving the U.S. market now. An ID Bug. Yep. ID Beetle. That's kind of cool. And there was actually a rumor. I also heard that Volkswagen patented E-Beetle. So E-Beetle goes against kind of everything else, unless you look at E-Golf. But ID Bug, ID Beetle, yep, those sound good. So what other questions do you guys have? And this room here, don't judge. I'm doing this all myself, and I work on it probably one weekend a month. So I'm getting there slowly but surely. But we're not to taping or spackle yet. But I'm learning as I go. So this is the closet here that'll be in this room. It'll be nice when it's done, I promise. But I'm working on it. Let's see. All right. So I kind of went over everything for 2023. And like I said in the beginning, and I'm just repeating that because I said that at the very beginning. Our first 2023s will be arriving the week of the 21st, unless the distribution department decides to change that date, push it back. Being that they're going to be the first of 2023s, Volkswagen likes to do coordinated releases of cars. So when there's a model change or something new coming out, they want to make sure that every dealer has a fair shot. No dealer has a real advantage over somebody else by getting them before everybody else. So I kind of think the 2023s, they're showing an early date now, like August 21st and then beyond, where they start to show up at dealers. But I think until every dealership has a pool of 2023s that are about to be just pushed out to them, they're not going to release them. So if that ends up taking them a little longer, look for that to get pushed back. But as I said, my wife, I ordered one for her, a 2023 Atlas Crossport SEL-R-Line Black, tourmaline blue. Oh my goodness, that's going to look so good. And I want to make a video of that, at least one. Those are coming. And then we've got 2023 SEO Premium R-Lines coming as well. So there's going to be those. And I need to take a drink of water because I'm getting dust in my throat from down here. But if you guys don't have any other questions, I'm going to wrap this up. I thank you guys for watching. I thank you guys for being patient. And I kind of fought through some technical difficulties. New computer, new microphone, got it all fixed though. I thank you guys for excuse me, for checking in and watching me just rant. Hey, I'll probably do another one of these. If I have anything more that's exciting or anything that's worth talking about, I will do another one of these. I typically do them on Sundays. Unless I have something really good to talk about, something new, something exciting, that's it for now, guys. But thank you. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe. I hate saying that, but hey, subscribe if you're not. Oh, and I just hit 7 million views yesterday. Thank you guys. I appreciate that. It's pretty awesome that I've been doing this for 4 years now. My videos at the beginning of this really sucked. Really sucked. Now, there's some of you out there that think they still suck, but hey, you watched. No one made you watch, and you still watched. So 7 million views. Man, it's pretty cool. Oh, and I hit 8,500 subscribers the day before that. So, man, it's awesome. If you guys think I'm doing a good job, just give me a thumbs up. I appreciate it. And make sure you subscribe to the channel. And if you guys like what I'm doing, and if you feel like you want to donate, there's a thanks button on all the videos. I'm not asking you to do that if you don't want to. I'm not begging for money or anything like that. I'm doing okay with the stuff I got here. If I don't have the money for it, I just don't buy it. That's just how it is. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for giving me a moment of your day. And thanks for your interest in VW. And until next time, guys, stay safe, stay healthy. Have a great day. Thanks a lot, guys.